All right, we're back, everybody. I was just talking with our guests in the break, John Eisen and Dawson, both from Pathway Lending, a nonprofit that is out to help minority and women-owned businesses. And let's go back and focus on that specifically, why that's so important, guys, that we get more minority-owned businesses and more women-owned businesses in Tennessee.
Yeah, I'll jump at that first, and I'm sure Key has something to say as well about it. But I was just reading today some statistics on venture capital, so money that's going to people that are starting up businesses.
Yep.
And basically about 2% of money nationally goes to women-owned businesses, and 2% goes to minority-owned businesses. Obviously, there's the percentage of women and the percentage of minorities in our country is a lot higher than 2%.
Yeah.
So there's a big gap there. What I am most excited about with this FlexFund money that we have and that we're about to release into the Tennessee market is that our goal is for about half of the money to go to minority-owned businesses and half to women-owned businesses. So we know that there's a gap in funding, and what's so great about this partnership is that this capital is designed to close that gap and really focus on those women and minority-owned business owners.
Right, and I know when we talk about this specifically, some people may take it as some kind of a political or social justice statement, and really it's just about fairness, and the facts are the facts. I mean, here are the statistics, and we want to improve it. We want better representation for everybody. We want everyone to get a chance, and we know when we look back years and decades, it just hasn't happened. So here's a great opportunity for folks.
Yeah, the thing I like to say is go where the help is, and if you're sick, go to the doctor. So we want to go into the communities that need the most help. The thing that I've seen over the years is there's a lot of businesses, Black and minority businesses, that have, had experiences with predatory lenders, and they kind of see all financial institutions the same. And one of my driving forces is to show how Pathway and some of the partnerships like we're doing with Wells Fargo, how we're different, how we have a purpose behind it, and how we're not just there to offer you capital, but we also want to give you the tools to make sure that you're successful. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, let's go to Franklin. He's been holding patiently on line one. Hey, Franklin, how are you?
Hey, thanks for having me on. So my question that I'm posing to everyone here is, I don't know if you're familiar with United States Supreme Court that first ruled on affirmative action. Regents for the University of California versus, I think it's B-A-K-K-E, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but a pretty famous case. And in that, they were trying to overcome or have racial preferences in the admission standards. And one of the ways they were able to justify it is by showing evidence of either active discrimination or serious historical discrimination. So my question here is, why is funding minority and women-owned businesses needed? Is it because minorities and women are going up against, are there a bunch of racist or sexist rules and regulations that are discriminating against these people? Or is it these venture capitalists? Or do you have any evidence that they themselves are funding men or non-minorities out of some evil whim?
All right.
Or is it by chance people are just different? If someone came up to me and they offered me like some stupid business in a terrible
business plan
platform, I would not pick them specifically based on their race or gender.
All right, hold on right there, Franklin.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You know, that's a big question, and it's got a lot to it, and we could spend probably a whole hour diving into that. But let's just kind of briefly touch on, again, what we said, why you think this is important.
Yeah, so for me, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily somebody out there that's evil, or they purposely out there trying to not lend or do business with a Black or minority business. It's just having shared experience with people. So one of the stories I can think of is a lady who had a very successful natural hair business in Memphis, and she was going into banks, and they couldn't really get the concept because culturally it was you know, not you know, it was foreign to them. So, and it was hard for her to explain the story and explain what she wanted to do and go into these different communities. Right. But that funding that we did in Memphis, that's a part of FlexFund, was actually, it helped her to expand her business and open up another location. So sometimes it's you know, you have cultural segregation, you have cultural differences that some people just don't really get the business idea and get where the person is coming from.
And there are big social questions here of starting years in the past, specific zip codes in the city that we know historically have been ignored, with a variety of opportunities for people to even get to a point where they can even think about starting a small business. So yeah, that's a big question, but Franklin, we're glad you called and we appreciate it. Let's go to line 2, and that's Rika. Hey, Rika. Hi, Rika, go ahead.
Yes, how y'all doing?
Doing well, thanks. What's on your mind?
Yes, I just was wondering how to get better resources in the lower income communities, because we don't have access to this information. And there's a lot of people that want to start businesses or need help with their business, but they just don't know where to get the information from. And I just wonder, how can we better get the information in lower income communities like J.C. Napier area?
Right.
It's a lot of development going on, and I think we should be able to be a part of that without everyone just coming in. I see that on Knoxville Road, you have no against to the Mexicans or Somalis, but they set up a lot of businesses, and minorities are just so behind, but you can see all these other businesses that get set up.
Yeah. All right, and thank you so much, Rika. It's a good point, and again, it's about messaging, right?
Yeah, it was a great question. It's about getting the word out. It's about, you know, having trust. I think certain communities, you know, have a lot of mistrust because of the history and things going on in different communities. Part of the things that we want to do, and we're doing right now at Pathway, is creating community groups where you can get the word out. Business owners can talk with each other. They can learn, you know, they can learn from each other. They can help each other. They can send business to each other and network. So I think a lot of things that, you know, other businesses and other professions been doing for years, I think we need to be able to replicate that and create that sense of community.
I want to point out something that maybe our previous caller, Franklin, may be listening to Rika and may have responded, well, what do you mean? You just Google it. Just get online and do it. Show some initiative. But what he may not understand, or others, is that some folks don't have a computer, don't have internet access. There are all sorts of challenges. Culturally, may not just have the general knowledge of where to start. And it may sound foreign to someone else, but that's just the situation. So we hope folks can reach out, or you can get the message out, and we'll share the website in just a second. We got about 2 minutes left and one more call. Let me go to line 1. Hold on a second. Line 1. Do I have it? Try it again. Ron, you there?
Yes, I am.
I'm sorry,
go
ahead.
That was going to be my question, because I own my own business. I'm a minority business owner here in Nashville. Been for 20 years.
What's your business?
HVAC. I work in the HVAC construction, heating and air. And I'd like to find out, what is a website where I could possibly research and look into some of this funding?
Yeah.
And are there networks that we can connect with, or seminars, you know, just get a little bit more information on how can we find out more about this?
Yeah, this is what it's all about. John, right?
Yeah, that is what it's all about. Pathwaylending.org, 425-7171. Call us, and we'd be glad to talk with you.
Yeah, that's
to piggyback on that. On the
Keith.
education side is learn.pathwaylending.org. That's where you can get your workshops and on-demand classes and everything that we're doing. The last caller talked about people setting up shop and developing on Nolensville Road. All the things that we're doing on emerging developer, real estate mastermind group, how to buy business acquisition, all of that is set up to be able to be a part of that growth and development of Nashville and other places in the state of Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, small businesses, like we said, can be the heart and soul of a community. And, you know, people out there who may feel like they don't have the opportunity, or they have an idea, or they drive by and see other people starting up and they get a little frustrated, but there is help out there. And guys, I really appreciate you being here, and we will certainly spread the word for you. Good luck to you both. We'll take a break and wrap things up right after this.